Okay, we're into episode 33 of the 248K mod with a 10 times science multiplier on a ribbon with a city grid that's too small. Run. Doesn't really get easier to say. Last time we kind of put together some batteries and like made the engines work after having not made them work for a while, and then kind of assembled all the stations we've got here for purple science with this mod world. We've got some extra rich water, which I think we're going to struggle with. And yeah, now we're going to try and figure out how to make drone frames, the flying robot frames, and the assembling machines. And to be honest, we're probably just going to go directly into a like basically a direct insert to yellow science build, because these things take one drone frame in 21 seconds, and then these guys make a drone frame in 20 seconds. Although, I mean, productivity bonuses, maybe they're not. Yeah, so I don't think they're going to be direct insert, also because I kind of want to be able to fit beacons in between these things, but something like this. But also, where do we have... Okay, so we need gold and green chips and engines, but then also steel and green chips, and then... Yeah, put this guy over here to remind me that we're doing that as well, because yeah, the LDS and the blue chips are now over here on a belt from these other train stations, so I think they're fine. The thing that's striking me is, like, the only thing I need half of these green chips with these batteries, and the other half of the green chips with these engines, and other than that, I don't think I need green chips, so I might just see if I can combine them here. And if I do something like that, then this should also line up here, and then we should be able to take... green, not there, that's not going to work, but if I did, that's not going to work either. That's a shame. Does that mean that we go underground here instead? I think it does. We also don't have a train fuel plan for this section yet, but also whatever. I probably wasn't going to use... No, I decided that I did want a train fuel plan here as well, didn't I? Maybe I put train fuel here, because there are quite a few stations here, and it is quite a long way from a hub, so that would be... I mean, let's just do that now. Let's go and find the purple science, which I'm pretty sure I turned off. Yeah, because purple science was eating all the red chips, because we still don't have a whole lot of red chips, but we're also not doing science at the moment. And yeah, so we turned purple science off by cutting the titanium feed, but that's fine because we've still got this whole entire belt of purple science and a full chest of purple science and another 5k on a train, so I'm really not concerned about needing that much purple science at the moment. We're going to do this. We're going to go under there as well. Okay, so now we should have half a lane of both green chips. Yeah, so we'll have half a lane of green chips and batteries, half a lane of green chips and engines, both of which are the things we can't need. I was actually looking at purple science to get the train fuel station, wasn't I? That was kind of the entire point of doing that. So with this train fuel station, I reckon we can just put it here. Really? Oh yeah, because one of these things moves, doesn't it? Because, yeah. So we're going to have some train fuel, it's going to turn up and be fine. We actually... I reckon I'm going to want this one to be a provider chest in the future, but whatever. Okay, so we've got some of these inputs we need. This whole rich water thing is also a thing we're going to have to manage, but I would rather figure out how these input inserters are going to work thus far as well, because I also kind of want beacon space. I guess, like, how many... If I've got a belt in here... First of all, I don't think I want a belt in there at all. I think I want some undergrounds in there doing that kind of thing, because that gives me a bit more beacon space. These... Yeah, then I guess if these are the inputs that are further away from the yellow science, then they may as well be the batteries green chips things. But then I've also got to get I've also got to get steel and neodymium in here as well. So I think what we do... Input, output. Then if we have some, and I'm not sure which direction yet these belts are going, but if we do this kind of thing, then we've got a ton of beacon space here, and then we can have something like that. And I think this is going to be... Yeah, so now we've got one of these belts, which will supply neodymium and steel. Are they going to be on the same side? I guess we're bringing neodymium down from over here or something. I think all of this is going to rotate by 90 degrees as well. Then... Yeah, then this belt is just going to have robot frames, which is also just going to end up in here. But that means we need another belt, because these guys also need the LDS and stuff. And that's not going to... I mean, I'd have to run undergrounds through here at the same time. Or, instead of doing this kind of thing, we do... that kind of thing again. So we can have one of these belts being the output and the other being, yeah, I think that's fine. And then this guy is, yeah, we'll put those things back later. Because the other thing to do is figure out how many of these I need. And give me these back so you don't all disappear with these things. And also where they can fit. Because I think I'm tending towards doing, like, this thing is now kind of annoyingly big enough that I don't think I can do... Could I do... Yeah, no, even if I start all the way over here, this is like past the middle of... I would have to be literally here to be able to line these things up with this, which I don't think I like. Actually, because these undergrounds are already lined up with this power pole in the middle, so these inserters would have to be here, which is... Yeah, it doesn't leave a whole lot of space to get the inputs in either side, does it? I think we're going with that. And then how many of these have we got? 10. Let's do more, because yellow science is a thing we do need in bulk. Like, ideally we'll have yellow science keep up with whatever amount of blue science we made, which is... I mean, to be fair, blue science does happen slower, and also we will be wanting to prodmod things, so maybe we don't do quite that many. And yeah, by prodmod I mean, like, beacons, modules, all that kind of intense fancy stuff. That's going to be a thing we do. Okay, bots can do this. Yeah, then what I do want... And we are at least upgrading these modules now, is we don't want... I don't reckon we do yellow science with module 1s at all. I reckon we just get that straight to module 3s and plan on having module 3s before we're doing too much of that stuff anyway. So this here is... How can this work? This can go here. And then we can just kind of run this in, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna leave me a ton of beacon space. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna do a thing. It's gonna do somewhat what it needs to. We can have that there. Yeah, sure. I'm not unhappy with that. That would make me unhappy. Okay, am I? That's actually not true at all, is it? I am pretty unhappy about all of that. It's all in the wrong place. It's got to be here. That is a setup that will make me less unhappy. Okay, so that's going to give me green chips. Oh, the other thing I haven't thought about. Do you guys need... How many green chips do you actually use? You use 2. Use 3. Because the thing I'm thinking about is I've got a full belt of green chips coming in, which is going to let me make, if each item of green chips, if I need 5 green chips per flying robot frame in total, including the engines, not really including productivity bonuses, but whatever, that means I'm getting 3, I can have up to 3 per second, which is, yeah, that's actually fine, isn't it? I don't need that many at all. This belt here is the one that needs these other, yeah, is the one here that needs this stuff. Let's do that, yeah, let's do that with an underground, because we want to keep our beacon space, because this is how we're going to grow all our things. Do these guys actually connect to anything power-wise? I'm not sure they do they? Okay, so basic pole there. If you're a... Yeah, all of these things are not quite going to connect. Oh, well. Okay. Other things we want are pump out of this thing. I guess. What did this ever do? I don't think I want those at all. But I do want... Okay, so that's going to get these guys lubricant, which is fine. Do I think we actually just leave these cut until we get all the modules we want, and that means that we'll never be in a situation of... What are you complaining about? Oh yeah, train stations. We'll never be in a situation of trying to do less... Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we'll never be in a situation of trying to... Yeah, losing stuff because of productivity bonuses. But this means that... Yeah, steel needs to arrive here. This... Which one of these is the input? All of these are going downwards, which I think is okay. Yeah, that means the steel wants to arrive at the top, which is fine. It means that... Yeah, all of these ones are going to be going down, and then the output ones, those are the output ones, aren't they? Yes. Okay, fine. Okay, you're also not quite going to reach. That's going to make me a bit sad about things, but whatever. Okay, so this belt over here has the LDS and the blue chips that we're going to need to bring over to the yellow sides, because those are important parts. Yeah, not getting hit by trains is nice. And then that one is this input here. Yeah. And then let's actually keep doing that with these guys. Where is this going to fit? Is this going to fit over here? Yeah, something like that. Is going to be what that does. And yeah, I called a rich water train over here. We don't have nearly enough rich water to get all of that done yet. That's definitely going to be another thing. But I think at this point, we get the purple science train, which is here. So we're going to need, yeah, something like this, but not actually like this. This train is going to be here, yeah. But then all of this isn't going to be on that carriage. It's going to be on this carriage. And that's going to be how... I don't even think I care about... Yeah, just do that. It's fine. Are these boxes limited? Yeah, so these boxes are limited. This is just going to be yellow science. And then instead of purple science, here we're going to have yellow science. And then we'll add an icon, because that's how this works. We don't really need it, but that's okay. Okay, so, other than the fact that we don't have the things we need, other than that, this is looking pretty good. We're getting bots building a bunch of stuff. We've still got a ton more bots than we need. We also want... this is the output lane. How am I getting... How am I getting the neodymium? Ah, the neodymium is sharing a belt with the steel, isn't it? Yes. Because this belt here, needs to be both neodymium and steel. Because it's what the drone parts are getting, and it's also, yeah, the purple science is taking, purple science, yellow science is taking both of those. So that's what that belt is. And then this belt is the one that wants to run the other way. Ah, does it? I don't think it's a huge... I want the excess drone frames to be in the middle rather than the outside. Because I do want excess drone frames. We've got to do things like... I actually probably want to be a provider. I mean, although it's going to be... I mean... Yeah, like, we're probably making... Are we making more construction robots? I don't think we're making more construction robots. We're definitely making more logibots. And by more logibots, I mean, like, any logibots. We don't have logibots yet. That's going to be a thing to do later. Yeah, then let's get... So the steel is in here as well. We'll just run over these tracks again. None of this is really running yet. We've got to keep this direction so that these chests are the last ones to run out, because they're the ones the combinator looks at before making the station available again. Yeah, we'll bring... Here's where this fits, sure. Okay, so we're going to have steel through there. I think this is still a half belt of steel, and it's going to be on the bottom when it gets here, which is where we want it to go anyway. Which is, you know, the plan. Yeah, so where are these guys? Because the other thing I need is gold. These guys have got to get gold from somewhere. This belt has two things on it. This I want to leave as beacon space, so I guess we're doing that. Which means that this thing here has to change. Which I guess is a good reason to not have plugged that in yet anyway. Okay, sure. Yeah, these guys don't need gold. They need the neodymium, which is going to be on this belt as well, so that's all kind of fine. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to figure out how to get more of this stuff in here. And I think the way we're going to do that, while conserving the other things, is this can just quite easily go underground. And things I still don't have on my hotbar. Yeah. There we go. So we'd put gold on this belt, which we also need to figure out how to do, and then neodymium on this belt. Yeah, we kind of got a plan. Yep, okay. So now the more awkward question is, how do we get all of this rich water that I don't have into both... actually, this is probably a recipe that I didn't need. These are recipes that I probably don't need. Yeah, I probably don't need the fast assemblers for this. I could probably do this with tier 2 assemblers. Let's also just go and look at the blue chips and see if we can steal a pattern. Because this pattern here is basically what we want to do a couple of times, right? In fact, do I have... Oh, I have one of these metal casters. Neodymium, 5 a second. Titanium... Oh, titanium is not the one we need. Gold, 5 a second. How many of these do I actually need? I mean, am I going to need 10 a second? These guys need 1 per drone frame. Drone frames need, okay, 6 per drone frames. That's kind of a bit more. I'm never going to need more than half a belt of this, because I need twice as much of this as green circuits, and I'm not bringing in more than half a belt of green circuits to this part of the build, so I'm never going to need more than quarter of a belt of circuits of this stuff, of the neodymium, which is good, and then these things are even less, aren't they? Yeah. Only half that's got. Okay, so that same small, cheap pattern is a thing I reckon I can get away with pretty easily. Let's have... I mean, I didn't want to use... This is still not easy. I can still have beacons here, so I can still think about doing something like... Come on, do the thing. There we go. Actually, you know what? Yeah, so we're going to have both flying robot frames and also electric engines just in the network, just a long way away from the center of the base, but like that's fine. Okay, so the thing I was talking myself into is, do I still have, no, because I copied it again, somewhere over here in the blue chips, we need something like this, but we don't need all that much of it. We still don't really need, because each of these things will do five of these fancy technical plates per second, and I just talked myself into not really needing more than 7.5, so this size build will actually be fine. What we do want to do though is get 2 of these, one for neodymium. Do I have... I don't have one of those. I can't change the recipe until bots bring it. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah, we've got to get 2 of these. Actually, I should be able to get... Let's not put it there, but let's put this much of this thing here. That's a thing that works, isn't it? This is, and then these guys are giving me 5. Oh wow, these guys are giving me 10 pure ingots a second. 7.5. Yeah, these tier 2 assemblers are going definitely faster than I need for this stuff. In fact, that battery setup where we had multiple tier 3 assemblers all making lithium was definitely overkill. But whatever, it'll be fine. What we need now is... Yeah, because I was looking at this and trying to figure out, can I have several of these in the same place? And the answer to that is going to be yes. Like, basically like that. I'm not worried about these 2 being next to each other so much, because they're both output, so they're not going to be even attempting to do fluid mixing, and the same kind of thing over here. Yeah, so... Gold, I mean, gold I needed even less, didn't I? But that's also not a problem. Gold and neodymium. And then, yeah, then we just have some sodas that I don't have with me. Actually, let's do a stack of sodas. These guys can be fancy. Yeah, sure. Are you... If you're there, then you will connect a whole lot better. Okay, and then we don't need those things. We do need this stuff. This was going to go... Yeah. We could just run that all the way down and have those things on different sides. This one was actually the gold one. That's what happens when you press C to shoot selected without properly pressing Control first to copy a thing. These ones are... Yeah, these ones are neodymium. These arc furnaces need to turn up so that they can... Yeah, get the stuff delivered that they want. And then... I guess we're pumping out here, which is fine. It's an odd place. Yeah. Am I happy with that? Am I not unhappy with that? I think other than the fact that we're not going to get nearly enough rich water because our base just isn't making enough rich water at the moment. I think this is somewhat over-engineered. I think, or I mean, I need to change these recipes, but other than that, we should now have a belt down this way. That should be bringing us. Yeah, I don't even care which side of that stuff is on. Okay, fantastic. That means that I can just have... Okay, not like that, but like so. Because I want this thing here with neodymium plates on that side, yes. And I think at this point, all these guys all have their modules as well. So the module upgrades have also done pretty cool things. I think at this point, if I have not messed everything up, I believe that this should hopefully bring us all things we need to be making... Is this actually connected to anything? That's not connected to anything. Yeah, this should bring us everything we need to be making yellow science. This is neodymium. Also neodymium. This one. Yeah, okay. We'll just change this recipe when it gets here. These guys are also not powered yet, but will be soon, so that's fine. And then, yeah, then I think that we're really going to have to worry about how much rich water we have, because that is going to be a major issue. Arc furnaces, yeah, these guys are... Well, these guys need to be powered as well, but they are, so that's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's also... Oh yeah, I dropped that on the copy-paste, didn't I? It's also entirely likely that I will need more things flushing away the water than... Not so much for the gold, maybe for the neodymium. Let's just add a couple more of those then. There we go, solving problems without really paying too much attention. It's fine. These guys are... Yeah, molten gold. That recipe probably isn't set yet. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing, because the lack of rich water, I think, is going to be a major problem here. And currently, yeah, we're using... We're not getting much from the thorium recipe. We're mostly getting the rich water from this recipe, which I'm not consuming the crystals fast enough to be getting stuff done with it. So we're going to need to supplement it with... There was another rich water recipe that was... Okay, it's not that one. Yeah, this looking rich water recipe. Rich water plus normal water turns into rich water and dirty water. The rich powder comes from crushed coal and crushed stone, both of which we have a pile of, that's good. And then corrosive... Oh, the coal goes around in a loop, and it's made in a centrifuge. Okay, fine. Crushed coal, corrosive solution, which is made from... Oh, made in a nuclear assembly machine. I can't do that yet. Corrosive solution is made from a couple of types of acid, which is fine because we've got those on trains. Trains also running out of fuel is not overly surprising. I kind of went and picked up some more train fuel in between episodes so that we can deal with that. Lithium comes from dirty water, a couple of types of acid, and then also empty solution containers. Empty solution containers are made from steel and fiberglass reinforced plastic. So all of these things we can make as... We can just put these things on the rail grid. I think there was something else about... Yeah, the nuclear reprocessing also needs corrosive solution. So maybe I just make a lot of corrosive solution. Let's check what else corrosive solution needs. That's not corrosive solution. This one here is corrosive solution. Are there... Oh, there are 8 recipes. There's not that many recipes at all, and it's just the nuclear reprocessing. And then... Yeah, okay. So I may as well basically make this for rich powder. Ratio all of this for rich powder and get a thing done. Do I have... I don't have any of... I kind of wanted these to all be... Oh, well, never mind. This is molten gold. That one was already molten gold. This one is gold. These two are set to gold. This one is set to neodymium. This one is set to neodymium. In that case, I reckon... Like, this should all just work once bots deliver those things. And then... These guys have everything except the drone frames and the neodymium. These guys don't have the electric engines or the neodymium. Then the electric engines don't have the gold. And that all looks like it's set up. I should be less surprised about this. Okay, let's figure out where this train is and which train it is. And it's a copper train. Do we not have... Apparently I don't have copper request in all of these places. And yeah, then this is also the other place where I'm using rich water. That I'm also struggling for rich water. How many... Oh, that's the only train in the base that's delivering copper to places is out of fuel. Okay, that's nice. Probably a good reason to set all of this stuff up for... Yeah, let's at least attempt to set some of these things up for train fuel supply. That kind of missed it. I guess, can we go... Yeah, we'll be able to go here, won't we? Yeah, that'll work. And then one of these, not one of those things, one of these things can go here. And then... something like that, sure. So this is going to do some kind of... It's going to do some kind of train fuel rail supply, and then I should also work on getting train fuel over here, but I don't think I will. These guys are now... Why you no work? Oh, engines. Why you no work? Of course that doesn't work. Yeah, that was the thing that we should have seen coming. Okay, so let's try and figure out how this is going to work better. I guess we could belt braid, but I don't really want to. Okay. First of all, I guess we're going to pick all of this stuff up, and also pick these guys up, because it didn't work, and then figure out how to do it differently. I mean, I could also just, instead of having lubricant over here, have lubricant over here. Let's just do that, I guess. That's going to be the easy thing to do. So instead of all of that... and this here, we can just do this here and one of these here, and then... Yeah, this is fine. We could just move this over to, say... here? Yeah, and then this thing is going to have to move again, because that's cool. Because we've got to have... this thing fitting in all of these spaces. But I think this pattern looks like it works, doesn't it? Good thing I hung around here and decided to make sure that the build actually worked before wandering off to do the next thing, because, you know, it really wouldn't have. We would have been sitting there for a while with me congratulating myself about how good I was at things, only for it to not be a thing. We're going to need some more of this. Yeah, always test your builds, I think, is the theme here. Okay, that can go in there. This much of this thing. Is what needs to go there, and then we can get... I can't do that without the underground. And then this one is, yeah, of course that one's in the way. but it's fine. Okay, so yeah, it's still the copper train that's out of fuel, isn't it? It's the thing that I somewhat knew about. This will reconnect. Lubricant is also... I might also be running down the lubricant at this point. I might just need to produce more lubricant. That may well be a thing. This one here is actually... Okay, so let's do that differently as well. Because it looks like this one here is not being able to grab things quickly enough, or at least this one isn't getting stuff or something. Anyway, I have more of this stuff than I want. Yeah, you guys can take all the things from my inventory that I don't need. Do I have anything that you want? I apparently had some drone frames on me. That's fine. Okay, so we are at least making yellow science now, which is nice. And then the bot's going to turn up, deliver the rest of this stuff. All these guys are also super slow because I don't have... Yeah, all these guys are at 60% crafting speed, which is a bit of a shame, but also I can't support that with the rich water production that I've got running anyway at the moment. This is all going to work now, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so let's go and do more things. That's what this is about. We've got to first go and find this train that doesn't have any fuel. It was by a copper station, wasn't it? Somewhere in this direction. Yeah, it was all the way... Actually, it was by the blue ships. Okay. All the way... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so where are we going to make rich water? I think we have to take... We're going to have to take water from a train. That's okay because we're... Like, the water on a train volumes is kind of okay for that anyway. We also kind of need to rebuild all of these guys with prodmods 3s by the time I'm putting purple and yellow science in it, because I reckon those things are valuable enough to deserve it. I kind of want to get all of the purple science upgraded to prodmod 3s before we do any more of that as well, because that's also kind of valuable. And then... You know what I should do, actually? What I should have done is, especially if I've got... Yeah, I've got a lot of these chips now. Do I have a lot of prodmods? Yes. What I should definitely do, is run the same upgrade planner over the... Yeah, over the blue chips. That's definitely a thing that's definitely worth doing. And maybe even getting rid of some of these beacons, because I don't think I need quite that many... I don't think I need quite that many blue chips at this point, without having all the rich water stuff that we also haven't done. But yeah, so let's find a place to make rich water, I guess. Actually, let's go back to the other side of the map to make rich water again. Because... What are we doing? Yeah, because we've already got... Like, the blue chips over here will be pulling any rich water we have that's surplus from this side of the map. I think we're just going to do... Maybe even just, like, over here or something. We'll just do, like, a big rich water factory. Because we're going to need rich water for a lot of different things. Maybe even rich water here, given that I could just... I mean, I could just take a direct coal feed here. Which is not a thing that's going to feel great, but is also, you know, kind of whatever. Okay. Yeah, I think we could do that. I think we'll figure out how to plug train station coal into it later. Why are you not letting me select? You should definitely be able to get to all of those places. Really? I'm sure... Why am I getting no path to destination? Oh, because I'm facing the wrong way on all the tracks. Yeah, that's a good reason. Okay, sure. Never mind, that's fine. Let's go over... Is this the one that's further away? Yeah, this one over here is the one that's further away. We'll wander over here and figure out... Is that true? I do need to handcraft a bunch of centrifuges. And I don't remember how many more of those I have in storage. I mean, automating centrifuges would also be a good idea. But if we're going to be doing this rich water stuff, say, in some of these squares, then I reckon bots should bring me a bunch of centrifuges so I can notice that I have no centrifuges in the network, which is a bit of a shame. And they need concrete and red chips and then basic stuff. Okay, so you actually stop going anywhere, because the concrete and the red chips are actually kind of over here. And this reactor doesn't have any fuel, it's kind of fine. These guys have a lot of steam. There's also still a lot of temperature in the pipes, so we're not concerned about any of that. Yeah, I think at some point between episodes I just like jury-rigged this copper back in here, so now this is running again. Now I could actually be putting more solar in other places, but whatever. 10, so that's going to be... Those 10 stacks will hopefully be enough for another 10 centrifuges. Where am I getting... I have chips... Yeah, these... Yeah, sad noises. There's a bit of junk, but not a whole lot of junk, is there? I mostly just need to struggle to... Yeah. I'm just going to pick some of this stuff up. We need to get red chips as well. We're gonna just run around and handcraft a bunch of... You take all of these. I then also just noticed that I have a bunch of stone... I'm definitely not going to need those. Somewhere there was stone furnaces in here. I'm probably not going to need silos. There we go, stone furnaces and mining drills. Yeah, things I really won't need. Okay, sure. Module frames I probably will need at some point. Whatever. Moving on. Steel. Steel was the one I saw over here that was like, yeah, I'll need that because I'm about to build centrifuges. I mean, you're making roboports, and I'm kind of not expanding the roboport network at the moment. And centrifuges need all of these things. And then also, yeah, concrete. Then also concrete, so we're going to give you the concrete, and we're also going to give you the steel. And then fiberglass. And fiberglass, I don't think I have a train station around here for fiberglass, do I? I do not. But also, yeah, just go ahead and make me like multiple stacks of centrifuges. That's going to be fine. Then we'll be able to do the rest of that stuff later, and then I'll run up here so that I can do this trick where I find the fiberglass train, yeah, and you visit me here, and then just wait for like 30 seconds. Yep, that's what you're going to do. Because then I will loot some of that fiberglass from the train to make centrifuges out of. I'm pretty sure that was the only other thing centrifuges needed. All those things which that assembly has, because we're already making roboports. I've given it a bunch of concrete, we'll give it a bunch of fiberglass. Yeah, that's going to be the centrifuge manufacture plan. Here's the train. Give me half of these and half of these, and that's so many centrifuges. I don't even mind. Yep. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of these myself and fail to make centrifuges because I don't have gears. So that's a cool trick. Somewhere over here I'm going to have gears. And then I'm still going to have here way too much fiberglass. Oh well. Concrete. I gave away all the concrete. Okay. I guess we're going back down here to the concrete. Okay, yeah, so we've got plenty of gear wheels again. Let's take another. Let's take as much of this as we can, because we can always just give this to the other assembler that's also making centrifuges. Okay. Oh yeah, because I thought I just had cogs. Okay, fine. That's not going to work now, is it? Because I've already picked up all these things. That's kind of frustrating. Is there anything that I... Yeah, no, I think I just gotta... Yeah, grumble, grumble. There's just gonna be a box of... not even very many. Not even very many fiberglass. You know what? If there's not very many fiberglass, just put them in storage. It's fine. Moving on. Yeah, so we've got... I wanted... Yeah, I just wanted cogs, didn't I? Yep, and then what else can I cram in there? Okay, so that's going to be full. We're going to have a bunch of centrifuges. Yeah, we've got now a disastrous mess of an inventory, but that's also kind of fine. Some of these things we can get rid of. Yep, okay. Let's go and figure out how we're going to make rich water, more rich water somewhere else. I've also got a ton more fiberglass than I want. So I might see if I can... Oh, I've put this guy down on the wrong side again. Okay. Yeah. In my hubris, I've picked up vastly too much fiberglass. And also a ton of concrete. Anyway. If we're building this thing down here... Is water a high priority on the list of things I need? Dirty water is... Dirty water is because I need lithium. So this is a lot of fluid stations. It's dirty water. This rich water needed regular water as well. Dirty water, 2 types of acid, regular water. Acidic water we can turn into sulfuric acid, which is going to be fine. Yeah, because I wanted to get rid of... Yeah, okay, fine. This has not worked out for me. I have... Oh, no, wait. Oh, can I? Yeah, okay, let's do this kind of a cheeky way. All of these things are now unbound, and now I can just get rid of all of them, and now my station is still working, and now we're just going to make a ton of these things, and it's going to be fine, because, you know, surpluses, it's fine. Okay. Over here, yeah, somewhere like this, and we're going to end up with a lot of... I'm not in that train. Cool. Oh well, let's figure out where the train is. Here it is. Click on the train. Okay, fine. I guess we just go and get another train. That's deeply rewarding, sure. Okay, so now I'm in the train that I want to be driving somewhere. And here is the other train that want to be doing that. So yeah, so I need 4 fluid unpacking stations, but I think because of that, maybe I put rocket fuel over here at some point. I could do rocket fuel now. I've got the tech. Yeah. I wonder if I have enough silos and storage to do all of this. Yeah, so let's... What even are the first... Even these empty solution containers, steel and fiberglass... Ah, I went to all that difficulty to get rid of the fiberglass from my inventory, and then turned out just I could have just brought it with me. Cool. Yeah, how am I gonna get... I mean, should we just fill this area with stations? These things are... Actually, how much of the stuff do I get? 150 rich water per rich powder. 3 rich powders per solution container. Okay, so one solution container is going to give me 450 rich water, which is actually quite a lot, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I don't think I need a huge amount of either of those things, which means I think I'm going to grab from somewhere... Yeah, from this thing here, yes. This pattern of stuff here is what I'm going to want. Except instead of titanium, this is going to be steel. But we can start with this pattern. Why should you not be... Oh, you're only checking the first one. Okay, fine. Why do I not have train stations? Do bots have train stations? Why do bots not have train stations? Didn't I handcraft more train stations? Okay, so that's a shame. This was going to be a steel request station, so I guess we're not doing that yet. Or at least we can just also find another steel request station, which is probably going to be engines. Engines have a steel request station. Here, this is kind of what we want. With a combinator, I think this is going to be slow enough that we don't even need to worry about a combinator. Probably, we'll find out. Okay, so that's going to be steel there, and then from the same infinite stone trick, we're going to do the same thing, where we just get a lot of stuff. Get me a lot of stuff. It's even going to be requesting the fiberglass that we want, which is fine. And now this thing is going to be able to make empty solution canisters. I don't remember how fast these things go, though, so... Empty solution canisters? Maybe they're... Oh, are they not made in... They're in the... Okay, I just failed to see them. Where are... Empty solution canisters. Yeah, they're just right there. I just missed it. And these actually use... Actually quite a lot of... These guys use a lot of fiberglass. This might actually... These things might actually struggle for the amount of fiberglass I'm trying to get through. How many... I probably only need like four or five of these things then. Yeah, and then let's give these guys fast inserters. Because they got to get the fiberglass and the steel. That probably means that this titanium probably does want to be a... Probably does want to look at the number... Yeah, probably wants to look at that this entire bank of chests rather than just the front one, because I am going to be using it at some kind of rate. But that's okay, because we just grab, say, this, and do that, and then put that back. Yeah, it's not gonna get their deliveries, but whatever. Okay, so how many is this actually going to give us? This is going to give me so much rich water, and is using quite using quite a lot of this fiberglass. Like even one or two of these things at half a belt is going to be using a lot of the fiberglass. Maybe I should, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it yet. Maybe we do things. Maybe I should worry about it, because I do want a lot of rich water. I think instead of this, I do in fact worry about it. And all of these guys, yeah, because we can still... These ones still want to be the last one, though. So I think, in fact, we can go... Put that over there for the moment. I'll keep these. This... Yeah, this... Did I just do that? That feels pretty bad. I don't think we're doing that. Which also means that doesn't need to do its thing either. Do we need to get... Okay, so yeah, let's actually just... And if I am thinking about doing it with some kind of velocity, then all of these guys should probably also be upgraded. And then let's get the... From Purple Science, this... That's more than I need as well, isn't it? I don't actually need that much at all. But we're going to do that anyway. We're going to do that. This is going to go here. That's going to turn. We're going to do this. Both of those guys are going to be belt balanced. And then... This... Do we just belt... things that feel bad that I'm doing anyway. Yep, okay. So now we can have, actually, I do want, for reasons, because if am I modulating these? Do I want these to go harder? Yeah, I think we have these, like, here or something like that. But if I am having two separate belts, because these are what, six in a second. These are actually going to be inserter bottlenecked as well, which is a pain. Maybe I do just do this with long-handers then. Okay, so let's get rid of all of that. Did these stay? Yeah, these can stay, can't they? But we're not going to do that there. We're going to do it here, not there. Here, because then we get ourselves a little more beaconable space. Are they? That's not connecting. That's connecting, which is nice. And then, yeah, beaconable space. We can go in here, out here, roll these things this way. I think that's kind of worked out in a way that I'm somewhat happy with. And then this is going to give us a lot of rich water, which is nice. It'll let us beacon these things harder. It'll even let me, like with this being all I need to do is actually upgrade this belt here. I don't even need to upgrade this splitter. The way this station works, all of that will just be, yeah. Okay, so that's nice. This is not checking whatever that was. It's checking fiberglass, because fiberglass is the thing we need here. Yeah, we're not going to get this built done this episode by a long way, are we? Okay, so what is the next thing I need? The next thing I need is... those... I don't make full things there at all, do I? Do I make these... No, I need... Are they made in a chem plant, then? Rich water is made in a centrifuge. Corrosive solution is made in a chem plant. Okay. And it's made... Actually, do I need... What kind of... Yeah, what kind of recipe rates are these things looking at? This thing's making... This has a 6-second craft. And takes 1 corrosive solution. This thing gives me 1 corrosive... So I'm making... I can have 6 of these guys for each of these things. Without modules. I think also I should move this so this is a slight... I can still beacon these things on one side, and I've also talked myself to not really needing a whole load of those. But where are some chem plants that... You know what? I was going to have bots bring me some chem plants. I still need to get more train stations, but we're not going to worry about that yet. Those... Yeah, I've now got a bunch of other kinds of train fuel, which is also fine. But more importantly, I've got a bunch of chem plants that I can just kind of slap in here. And yeah, set these recipes and look at rates and things. So I think we're gonna sketch a plan now and then get around to doing all of this next episode, because yeah. So we need dirty water. We need three kinds of water, which we could just bring in here and here and in like some of these places. How many of these? Because we also, yeah, and then also regular water, don't we? Because this thing, where did I make, it's also made in a chemical plant. Yeah, so I need water here. I need a lot of water for that. The dirty water, actually the dirty water I get out, I get 50 dirty water per rich water. And then... This is giving me... Wait, so it's 150... It's 150 dirty water. 150 dirty water per corrosive solution. So I don't, and then, yeah, because the thing I was looking at is, do I need to bring in dirty water? But I don't think I do. I think, yeah, the 50 dirty water gives me 1 lithium. So I need 100 dirty water worth of lithium to get, I mean, with some, 95% of a corrosive solution thing, this 1 corrosive solution thing gives me 3 rich powder. The 3 rich powder gives me back 150 dirty water. So this thing is actually dirty water positive. So I don't think I need a dirty water train here at all. I think that's pretty great, actually. I think we're still going to need to bring in normal water, and then I think we do the fluid handling thing to have dirty water turn back into normal water. But I think that's going to be a plan that we go and implement next time. I think we skip dirty water. I'm going to need to hand feed this. Yeah, we're going to need to hand feed this some amount of lithium to kick it off, but that's also fine. We've got that around the place. Let's look at some rates of things before we actually try and, yeah, we need to get some train stations, whatever. We'll do that in between as well. 1 corrosive solution every 6 seconds, and yeah, there's a lot of plumbing to do with this as well. We've got different things coming in and out. These things have, yes, sometimes we just get empty solution containers back, but these are 6 seconds to give me 1 corrosive solution container, probably. Then these things are 1 corrosive solution and then another 6 seconds. So these are actually 1 to 1. 6 seconds crafting time to give me 95% of a corrosive solution. Then this thing is 6 seconds crafting time to use 1. So these are 1 to 1. This is a thing that I like, because we'll configure how these direct insertion builds work. This thing is then 1 rich water, 1 rich powder in 1 second. And this thing is giving me 3 rich powder in 6 seconds. So this is actually 2 to 1. So if I can figure out some kind of plan that has, yeah, and we'll figure, yeah, it's still going to be a bit annoying because there's the extra outputs. There's a lot of different fluid inputs. There's the empty solution containers to recycle. We're going to have some filter inserters as well. But I think this means that I'm pretty happy with, yeah, and some lithium to kickstart. So we need sulfuric acid, we need hydrofluoric acid. The acidic water will convert back into normal acid, and these things take no other inputs. We need more water, but then the dirty water we get out will give us both the lithium we need for this stage, and then also some of the ingredients water. Yeah, some of the water we need for this. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of plumbing, and we'll see how much we can get of this done. But I think next time we should be able to get this kind of rich water thing online, and then get a lot more rich water to the yellow science, which is currently not working at all because it doesn't have the rich water to make the neodymium. But we've made a bit of yellow science. Some kind of progress happened. Yeah, next time is going to be all about making rich water from a bunch of different train silos. Yeah, sure, good things.